It's loading. Hang on. You're going to be glad you did. Or maybe not. All right. Did you hang on all that time? I hope so, because it's going to be worth it, I promise. Welcome to Kindergarten Setup for Success Night. I'm Diana Brown, one of the 3 kindergarten teachers here at Jackson, and we have a lot to share with you, so we're going to get started right away. Unfortunately, we could not be here to do this together here at school, so this is the next best way. So the start of the day, I'm sure you are aware, the doors to school open at 8:20, and kids are held, if they ride the bus, they're held till 8:25, then they're welcome to walk down to their classroom. Class starts at 8:35, so if you come after that time, you are tardy. So please get here on time. Work with your child at getting their morning routine down so it's not an issue on getting to school on time. This is a brief look at what our day all includes, and you will see it is a very busy day. We start right away in the morning. Most of our students eat the nutrition break in the morning. Some just have milk, but then we get right into the meat. We've got science, social studies. We have a reading block, a writing block. Then we have the kids might say, oh, we had wind time today, I did this. That means what I need. At that time, we break into small groups so that we can focus on specific skills with children that need them. Of course, recess and lunch are always big hits. Phonemic awareness is something that is the first building block for beginning readers, and we focus on that quite a bit. You'll hear more about that later. Our specials, we have an hour of specials each day, and it could be gym and music, it could be art, it could be library, technology, guidance, Olveus. It depends on the day and which class. We also have a math block, which I'll talk about more in a few minutes. And a second recess in the afternoon, and highlight of the day, we got snack and calendar, and then it's time to go home already. So our day goes pretty fast, but it is very busy. In math, we are using the McGraw-Hill My Math series, and we actually are working in the first grade book, which we don't do the whole first grade book, obviously. We only use what is considered Common Core for kindergarten, and that is our focus. We use math centers in each room so that we can break the kids down into smaller groups. We usually have a teacher aide with us who can work with one group. We have kids on Chromebooks. We have individual independent math games and activities that the kids can use. So they are busy, whether they're with the teacher or if they're independent or on their Chromebook. These are some skills that all 3 of us would really appreciate you working on at home. Tying shoes, that is a biggie. Dressing self, that will get more important as cold weather sets in and we have to get 20 children dressed in snow pants, boots, hats, gloves, jackets, and if they can't zip or put their coat on, we will never get to recess. So please work on those skills with your child at home. Address and phone number is a huge safety concern, and that is something that all children need to know. They need to know your cell number. They need to know their address, where they live. Overall, please help your child become independent with these self-help skills. It will help boost their self-esteem, and it will help them greatly at home. Now, I've enclosed here a whole list, and I'm not reading them, of fine motor skills and activities that you can do with your child at home. Please pick a few to work on. We're noticing a huge deficit of fine motor skills in children coming in this year. So we are working on it hard at school, and if you can help us out at home, we'd greatly appreciate it. So take a look at some of these. They're with things that you probably have hanging out in your house already. So now I'm going to hand it over to Mrs. Quist.
Hello. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm going to talk quick about our reading and writing in kindergarten. We do our literacy block in the morning. most of it in the morning. There's chunks that are spread throughout the rest of the day, but the bulk of the reading and the writing workshop piece happens in the morning. We have a mini lesson, and then the kids break out and do independent practice every single day for about 10 to 15 minutes. And this is great because it gets kids into texts that are at their level and just right for them, and it gets them writing stories that they want to, whatever they want to write about, it's their time to work on that, and then we share at the end as a whole group for about 5 minutes. We work really hard here at Jackson to implement a balanced literacy approach. Sorry, I'm going to move my camera so you can read this. We use a whole bunch of different resources, including Lucy Calkins, Jan Richardson. We got a new word study curriculum this year, found us in Pinnell. We're pretty excited about it. We love shared reading, interactive read-alouds, interactive writing, and those pieces are scattered throughout our day. Mrs. Brown had mentioned phonemic awareness. That's another super important building block for literacy. We do that right after lunch. It's all oral and auditory, but it's what helps the kids with rhyming and beginning sounds and ending sounds, so it's crucial. It goes really quick. The kids like it. There's motions. But yeah, so our reading block and writing block are mostly in the morning, but there are pieces scattered throughout the day. Read at home. So we can't teach kids how to read all by ourselves. We need your help. We will be kicking off our Read at Home program starting next week. Your child will be bringing home this canvas tote here that you see on the screen. They probably had one in 4K. It's going to have 3 books in it, 3 new books every week that are at their just right reading level. We will have them read to an adult at school one time, and we have some great volunteers who are here to help us, and then we ask that you read it once or twice at home, or they read it to you once or twice at home every night. There will be a reading log in there each month. Please color one image in per night that you read. Book bags will stay at school on Friday, just so we can switch the books out. And if anyone's interested in volunteering, we still have 2 more spaces for volunteers. Let your child's teacher know if you're interested in that. Our end of the year goal for reading for kindergarten is to have proficient emergent readers, which means that they read roughly about a level C plus the CD-ish by the end of the school year. Here's just 2 quick little videos our reading specialist pulled together, and then our kindergarten team worked on just giving you a sample of how to read with your child at home. We want them using picture clues and sight word power and pointing to each word. These are things we talk about and teach your kids here at school, so you can carry them over at home. If your child comes home with books that are labeled level A on the back, you can watch this first video. If they come home with books labeled B or C on the back, you can watch this video just for some different teaching strategies to use at home. Sight words, we have 40 sight words the kids are responsible for each year. We do assess them informally every week just to kind of give the kids a check-in point. We break the list down into groups of 10 words per list, and then we formally assess them each trimester, and we'll give you a running score on their report card of what they're proficient at. Here's a nice sight word video that first grade put together for the kids to practice at home. The sight word booklets will be kept in their Canvas reading bag that goes back and forth to school every night. Nightly practice homework, we ask if you could please help us out. We know life is crazy busy, but if you have just 10 or 15 minutes at night, if you could listen to your child read their book, run through their sight words, and then practice our alphabet chart, which is linked here, that would be super great. It's going to help them master these skills much faster than if they just do it at home or if they just did it at school. If we can double dip, that's great. All right, and I'm going to pass off to Mrs. Block, and she's going to talk about AVID.
Hi. A lot of these slides have a lot of reading in it, so I'm just going to touch briefly over them, and you can read at your leisure. All right, what AVID is, it's AVID's Advancement via Individual Determination. It's a K-12 program in the Elkhorn Area School District, and we start right away first thing in kindergarten. AVID's embedded every day into our daily instruction. Kindergarten basically is organization, knowing where to keep their stuff, making sure that their routine is set throughout the day. The goal is to graduate. It's not just a college bound, but it's future bound, and making sure that everybody has a goal for when they graduate from high school. I'll let you just read that. That explains just about everything I just said. All right, Wicker strategies. You may hear your kids coming home and talking about Wicker. Wicker, the W is for writing, working on writing skills, inquiry, asking questions, collaborating, learning how to work together with each other, the organization I just hit on, and reading. There's our goal setting that I just talked about. Each child has a goal for their MAP scores. We also set goals in the room for different activities that we're doing. All right, this slide and the next slide explain some of it. We've got our interactive writing. We've got private reading. And their reading boxes. You'll hear the kids talking about their reading box or baskets each day. And our goal setting. Sometimes we refer to the goal setting as our I can statements. And there's some of the pictures throughout this year that we've done. Outside each classroom is a picture of the year that the kids will graduate. This class that's in kindergarten right now is graduating in 2034, and that will fly by. And there's our goal right there to graduate and come back to our school in our cap and gown. All right, thank you for coming. This is a page that shows where you can reach us on Facebook. Mrs. Brown's got a Facebook. I have a Facebook page. Mrs. Quist, we all have one. It shows how to get to it. PTA meetings are the second Monday of every month. Everybody should have a daily communication log in their folder, a weekly newsletter, and a monthly newsletter will come home. The weekly one is from Jackson, so you won't probably see one from the teacher, but we will do a monthly one. All right, thank you for joining us tonight, and hope you had a good time going through this.